When you're asking somebody, well, what did this mean or that mean back in the past, and you have pundits that are saying it meant this, it meant that, I have an idea. Forget everything anybody in 2017 says. Let's go back and see what the people who were doing the stuff, like founding the country, what they actually said about what they thought. So there's your 1619 reference, because in 1619, 20 slaves landed at Jamestown. 20 human beings started this entire thing that we have here. Because what happened, 1619, 20 human beings, and people figured out really quickly, if we have people and we can treat them like cattle, and we can make them work and not pay them, we can get rich. By 1636, the first American slave carrier was built not in the South, in Massachusetts. So this whole dichotomy about, oh, it was the good North versus the evil South, not so much. Everybody was getting paid off of slavery. And I'm going to go through some of these laws because I want you to understand, like I didn't understand. I want us to understand what slavery was. And I am asking you to share in my personal humiliation as I had to go through and think, how did I not know this stuff? These laws are telling you what people thought. Children of enslaved mothers are slaves regardless of their father's race. This was a tacit admission that the black women are going to be raped by the slave masters. It is going to happen, and let's just make sure that nobody thinks any of these kids are going to be treated as white people. Enslaved blacks who converted to Christianity, praise God, but you're still a slave. Virginia slave masters were allowed to kill slaves that resisted authority. I'm just going to ask you to think about those words, getting killed for resisting authority. And think about that in the context of 2017, not 1619 or 1669 here. By 1740, whipping in South Carolina or execution, and look at what they were punishing people for. If you grow your own food, if you learn to read, or if you assemble in groups. Because if they start doing that, they start acting like normal human beings. And what are we going to do if all of them turn on us at the same time? In Georgia, by 1755, every plantation owner and every white employee of that plantation owner had to serve in the militia. What that dealt with was the inspection of slave quarters and keeping the slaves under control. White people were required to serve in the militia. And 40 of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence owned other human beings. My point is that the people that founded America had absolutely no problem with the concept of white supremacy.